This is nScreenNoise. My name is Colin Dixon, founder and chief analyst at nScreen Media, and today is April 18th, 2014. Google is working very hard to repair its relationship with Hollywood these days. They've just released a new report called The Role of Digital in TV Research, Fanship and Viewing. Now, the first half of the report, I'm afraid, didn't strike me as very interesting. It was full of what I would consider very obvious observations. For example, that TV viewers search on show promos before they premiere and then search on reviews after. Well, not much information there, I'm afraid, but there were some interesting observations. For example, that TV nets are gaining a lot of subscribers on their YouTube channels, on average a 69% increase for those channels in 2013. But it also talked about the strong role that YouTube has in sustaining interest in a show after it has broadcast. For example, for every piece of TV content that was uploaded by a network on a particular show, it generated 7 pieces of community created content relating to that show. Some shows really overperformed here. Game of Thrones generated 82 pieces of content and Vampire Diaries 69. So that really shows the power of platforms like YouTube to help sustain shows after they've been broadcast. There was more dubious information later on in the report. There was one statement that given the opportunity to catch up on a show before the new season, 78% were more inclined to view the new season. Well, I think if they were catching up on a show, they were probably pretty inclined to watch that show, the new season of that show anyway. But they did provide some interesting data. They said that 70% who said that they catch up on past seasons of returning shows, of that 70% who do that rather, half start watching more than 2 months in advance. Now, this is very interesting data because before we were being told that that happened two weeks or 1 week before the new season premiered. Google data seems to indicate that this happens much earlier. And boy, this probably gives us reason to understand why USA is running promos so far in advance. They're running show promos at least 2 months in advance of the broadcasts. So anyway, pretty interesting data there from Google. Recommend you stop by and pick up a copy of that report, but you might want to skip to the second half first. Now, operators are working very hard to retain and attract new subscribers these days. They lost subscribers, 105,000 or so last year. And what they're doing to combat this is they're coming up with new bundles that roll premier TV content in with broadband. So for example, Verizon announced a package this week for $50 that gets you your local channels plus HBO and 50 megabit per second broadband. And AT&T also has a similar package, HBO, they call it the HBO Plus Internet, and Internet Plus rather, and this gives you for $39 a month, 18 megabit broadband, HD DVR and basic TV, which I assume is your local channels, and in-home and out-of-home Wi-Fi along with HBO access. So that's a pretty aggressive package there. Comcast is also testing a package called their Internet Plus package, and that has 20 to 25 megabit broadband, StreamPix, which is their multi-screen VOD offering, and Wi-Fi plus good old HBO. All of these packages are very aggressively priced, so I'm expecting them to give some small bump in subscribers who are attracted to these, but I gotta wonder how long that bump will last. These packages are probably going to double or more in price when the offer period is over, and I'm just not sure that the people that bought into them will stick around afterwards. But if they do, you know we'll be reporting it here on nScreenNoise. We'll see you again next time.